What's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, you go.
Hey, Queef, let me know if you want to hop on the live too, bro. We talking about the game. What up, Jacob? My biggest supporter right now, man. What's popping, bro? Appreciate you tapping.
What's up, brother Jacob?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you tapping in, Jacob, man. I know you're gonna be at Warner Robins versus Lee County tomorrow, man. So you gotta let me know your thoughts. Me and Bacon, we're gonna be at East Coweta. So versus Sandy Creek, man. So we're excited for that. Get some intel there, man. So it should be a lot of fun, man. But Bacon, I know we was doing a live stream at the same time, which was kind of crazy. But what was your thoughts on the Milton Buford game? Now shout out to Buford. They won fair and square. No hate there. I know I took Milton. Y'all seen it. But like I said, a lot of people said that game was gonna be built. That game was not built. They had a chance to win it at the end. I don't know what Han was doing at the end, but what are you guys' instant reaction to it? Let me know down in the comments. Bacon, go ahead.
Instant reaction is just Darren. You know what I'm saying? DB just, I mean, he didn't have the same type of first half as he did in the second half. I think Coach Reeves, they led to the side of caution. Looking legit, definitely legit. Not gonna lie, for 100%. I just think Coach Reeves, they led to the more cautious side. Let's get him out the game, save him for down the line in the season. But very pleased with Milton. I know you're gonna say it. Not a glamorous win for Buford. You know what I'm saying? Rayola missed a lot of throws. If he would have connected on some throws, it really would have been BTA for Milton, who had a sluggish second half. You know what I mean? Receivers look dynamic for Milton. Ty Boogie looks solid. I'm very impressed with number one for yeah, there was a lot of penalties. There was a lot of penalties. A lot of crackbacks, illegal blocks,
Was a lot of fun.
PI. But you expect that week one. You know what I mean? Players are still they. You know what I'm saying? They're answer. You know what I'm saying? We gotta remember that they're kids. But I think it was a decent game. I think if DB stays consistent, I think Milton wins this one probably by at least 5 to 10 points. But nonetheless, hats off to Buford. You know what I'm saying? They opened up the stadium the right way when they're essentially 2-0 with the win over next Tuesday in the scrimmage and the win tonight on Thursday Night Live. So, it was a good introduction back to football, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, I think it was a good introduction. I agree with you, Jacob, bro. The penalties was ridiculous. Yeah, it was off the charts, man. I mean, a lot of plays got called back, both sides of the ball. I just think first game, I get it, but you gotta let people play, man. At the end of the day, I think they didn't do as great of a job of that. When it comes to the refs. But like I said, we're not gonna dog on them. But my full analysis, like I said, I thought Milton answered really well after Buford went up 3-0. They had that long field goal. They go right back down. And I mean, y'all see what y'all want, bro. Y'all can't tell me that the kid can't ball. And that's Derek Baker, right? Now, he turned over the ball too much in this game, y'all. 100% agree with y'all. But the fact that he went up in that pocket and he was looking downfield, he threw a dot, bro. That's probably one of the best throws I've seen in a while. And completely, obviously, hit Bailey for the touchdown. I was like, oh, when I seen that, I was like, Milton cooking with something. But credit Buford. They was running the rock. Obviously, with McCoy, Tyree Green was doing his thing. And then how about that catch that Torrey had, you know what I'm saying, going over the defender and still coming down with it, man. That was elite right there. So that put them in position 10-7. And then how about the Milton defense? We talk about the young guys, Bacon. But how about Keelan Wansley? I thought he had a pretty good performance. He played both sides of the ball. He's young, 2028. But the fact that he had a pick in this game, I think that says a lot, man. And his potential is through the roof. And how about that defense stopping them in the red zone before, not allowing them to go up a touchdown, a 10-point lead, only a 3-point lead at that. I mean, that is getting it done. The defense did a really good job just keeping this level headed. And like I said, everybody's like, oh, Milton, it's going to take time. And Milton's this, Milton's that. They're not going to be able to compete. And they competed with Buford. Y'all say what y'all want. Now, I don't know if that's a knock on how good Milton is or if Buford got some things to work out. But the fact that they was in that game with a chance to win at the end, that says a lot about, obviously, Coach Reeves. And I keep telling y'all, that's a well-coached group. And they're going to grow from that game. Yes, their win streak got snapped tonight. But at the end of the day, he had them well-coached.
Yeah, I agree, Christian Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Back this year, looks solid, looks very solid. That defense, like you said, man, they held them together. They really kept them in the game. Crunching down, tightening up when they're supposed to in the red zone. You'd like to see that. Coach Reeves, you know what I'm saying, and the Eagles show tonight. They're still the team to beat in 5A. I'll say it again, really a 6A school in terms of that it comes to football and basketball. Appreciate the Rose Marquise. You know what I'm saying?
My God. What's going on, Marquise?
Uh,
Man.
But yeah, I mean they're the favorite in 5A, man. You still got to beat the best to be the best, and I think like you just alluded to, Coach Reeves and that team they're a little hurt, but you know what I'm saying they I feel like they could hold their heads higher than Buford just off QB play alone. Young guy came in there through the game way at the end, but had a nice touchdown front pylon to the left. That was a good ball. That was a good ball.
Nah, it was. Oh, I'm about to share this on my Instagram.
I like that. I'm a second that motion. Copy link. Bear with us. Quick screenshot.
Story. All right, y'all. I'm back, man. Sorry about that, but still think Milton gonna win. Yeah, I think they're gonna be fine, Quiz. To be honest, to answer your comment, I think they got everything they need to be successful. Um, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm about to look him up. But number 8 for Milton. Oh my lord! Like you talk about a player that was balling. I'm finna tell y'all right now. Hold on. Let me make sure I get and name drop his name. Cause that dude right there for Milton. Okay, number 8. He's playing running back. That kid
Yeah.
Sheldon Atchison. Yo, that dude there was balling. You know what I'm saying? Like when he got the ball, y'all, and like there wasn't a lot of creases because number 0, I think that's Eccles. He was eating up the space, but this kid was making people miss in the hole. He was getting up the field, and then y'all got to remember too, this offensive line is young, right? You got a Joshua Evans, right? You got obviously a Landon G, 2028 and 2029. Like it's gonna take them boys some time to get acclimated and adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Towards one another in jail. Remember, offensive lines take longer than other position groups to gel together. When you have that, bro, man, I'm telling y'all, you got something potentially special. And I think they're going to continue to get better and better. And you get the ball number 8, you're going to be good. See, the problem with Milton ran into, like, Baker got hurt, messed up his wrist a little bit. When they was only running him in, like, run packages for the power. But if they can get any semblance of a running game, it don't have to be last year. But you got any semblance of a running game, they're potentially dangerous, y'all. I mean, that's the fact. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I think that will help them, you know what I'm saying, a lot. Good question, Queese. I'm gonna throw it back to you, Bacon, here after that answer. Who shocked me tonight? I would say Derek Baker. I mean, I knew he was good, and everybody's gonna look at the stat line. Nas, what the hell are you talking about? 2 interceptions. He didn't do good, but the fact that he was consistent, he stood up in the pocket, and the reason I say that, Queese, you can't tell me number 1 wasn't dropping that shoulder and dropping that hammer. Like he going up against Tyree Green, a Georgia commit. He going up against different guys, just going ham. You know what I'm saying, and dropping his shoulder. Like I've not seen that from a quarterback in a while. Only quarterback I seen do that last year, and it was done to Milton, was Weston Bryant of Lee County. Like this kid can run the rock, and he's a bulldozer when he gets it. So he shot me in terms of his physicality and not being scared. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he was scared before, but he really did what he was supposed to do. So he shocked me a little bit, I would say. Who also shocked me tonight? Let me see. I'm trying to think. Guys that stood out. I really like number 0. I think that's Eccles. Eccles played to me a pretty good game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what me and you was talking about, Queese. I liked his performance tonight. I thought he was super good with what he was able to do, and he got some good potential. I'm gonna look up and make sure that is him. But number zero for Buford. I'll just put it like that. He looked really good. But Bacon, what about for you?
I mean, the I think the backup quarterback for Milton, gonna be to come in, throw a touchdown, even though he threw an interception. I felt pretty confident about DB. Working with Cam talked highly of him, and just seeing him play, how far, seeing what they went this year, winning a lot of events. I expected him to come out and do his thing. Um, who else? The line played decent. I know. DB was back there getting under the duress a couple of times, and I think that's what led to the ultimate demise of Milton. You know what I'm saying? Buford got back there, forced a young quarterback to throw an errant ball into not even into coverage, but just an errant ball a little inside. But ultimately, the Milton defense. I wasn't as knowledgeable about the Milton defense as you are, Naj. But to see them come out to make stands in the red zone to keep this team in it, I think that's a testament to what they're building, what type of coach staff they have, and just the embarrassment of riches that they have with talent that they continue to bring in year and year out, and obviously number 8 too.
Nah, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I think too the defense was slept on. People didn't think it was as good as they said. But they were stout. Like I said, and you got to remember that he threw a pick six too. So let's take away 7 points and let's go back. So how many points did they really score? They scored 20. They only scored 13. Yo, defense
13.
doing that? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And oh, shout out to another player that shot me. I didn't mention Queese, Jordan Carrasquillo. Like he played really well in this game. I was telling everybody about him. They was like, "Oh, who the hell is that?" Nobody knows. Go back and roll the state championship tape last year, and you see what he was doing against Langston. He was doing his thing. He was balling out. You know what I'm saying? And then today he had fourth down, y'all.
Yeah,
Quarterback threw the ball. He went up and got it and got hit. That kid can play too. He don't get talked about enough for what he's able to do. That kid can perform at a high level as well.
who's 14?
Jordan Carrasquillo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a dog, bro. That was a big time catch. With the backup come in, that was big time, bro.
Yes, it
Very
was.
big time. But when you look at, I think you gotta talk about the head coaches here, Coach App, Coach Reeves. Just how do you feel about the X's and O's tonight?
I feel like great question. I feel like Coach Reeves adjusted well. He knew about his the talent he had. He had tried to adjust well to it. He also tried to put his players in position to succeed. He leaned on young players in big moments to step up. I thought, and then I thought Coach Reeves too did a good job of okay. I know my quarterback can't throw. I'm gonna have to insert this younger guy in. Let's see what he can do. And I feel like he simplified the offense as well, man. You know what I'm saying? To a point where he didn't have to do too much. All the quarterback had to do in that instance at the end of the game, and I'm gonna go back to my tangent. All he had to do was just not throw the ball up in that situation. Right? He was covered. Like, just don't do it. Live to see another down. I would have been second down. You in a good position. Look, worst case, take the sack, throw the ball away, bro. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I thought Coach Reeves did a good job adjusting. I feel like I gotta give Coach Appleton credit. They started playing that power a lot more in the second half, and they were coming down in the box and it was blitzing a little bit more. So credit to him for adjusting, not letting Baker stand back there, improvise and make plays. So I thought that was really good as well, man. So when you have that, I think that helps them out a bunch. So I thought the adjustments on both sides was really good, and I feel like defensively they really clamped down in the second half. I mean, Buford, what they scored maybe I don't think they scored a touchdown, bro. Maybe I'm mistaken.
He scored a touchdown.
Defensively, I mean, like on offense,
Defensively?
on offense,
Offense?
on offense.
Offensively, no,
I
no.
don't think they did. I think it was the pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A couple. Yeah. But it comes down to today, missing some throws, man. His best ball to me was the one he threw at the back of the end zone early on, and it went off the receiver's hands. It was like maybe 35 out. You remember?
yes, I do.
That was probably his best ball tonight to me. I think that one where receiver caught it close to the sideline and he had to jump up. To me, that ball should have been. It was like a little wheel route. It should have been more to the sideline, but that one in the back of the end zone was his best ball to me.
Nah, that's a good point. Let me say this. Okay, so you talk about players that shot you. Who do you think has the edge moving forward?
I think it's Milton. I think it's Milton. Quarterback. It comes down for me when I evaluate football teams. It comes down to quarterback play. Milton checks that box for me. Um, and it comes down to defense, and Milton again checks that box. Um, those two, those two, quarterback and defense. And I think the whole Buford, Milton. Buford won by 7,
Yeah.
13-20.
Yep.
Uh,
2013. Mm-hmm.
that's my litmus test. I'm very bullish on Milton moving forward. On Buford, I'm still at a wait and see.
Okay. What do you so after like what do you want to see for Buford? You like okay, yeah, they're good. Like what's that missing component or piece you think?
Ability to make consistency and making throws for Dayton Rayola. He's got what he needs in the backfield. With Ty Boogie, I think Ty is going to be explosive this year in the return game for them. But when it comes down to it, when they play big games, especially later in the season, the postseason against Douglas County, Carrollton, and anybody else in 6A, they're gonna force you. They're gonna force him to make throws. You know what I'm saying? People are big. They got front sevens just like them in 6A, and they're gonna load that box. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? And force him to make those throws. And that's what led to the demise last year against Kelton.
I agree with you. Do you agree with this comment? He said, I think Buford played bad and Milton played good in my opinion. Agree with that comment?
Nah, brother Jacob gonna call it down the middle, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate your support, brother. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Buford played. Did they play bad offensively? They played bad. As a collective, they played solid. Credit to the defense. Like I said, man, they just had the signal caller to make the consistent throws, and so I'm gonna hope that he, he improves in that area as he progresses. Because what I'm saying, they talked about the family, they talked about his father being a standout center, talked about his mom being a water polo athlete. So he's got the gene, man. Just gotta be more consistent. It's the first game of the season, you know what I'm saying. So we'll evaluate him as the season progresses.
All right. I'll throw it back in your corner if you got questions for me. A couple more.
I would say, did you expect? Did you expect Ty to not be as a big factor this game? Ty Boogie.
It's a good question. I feel like Ty impacted the game in different ways. I felt like I mean, offensively, he reminds me. I'm not saying he's the same player, but he should be their KJ Bolden. I mean, you go back and look at their team they had a few years ago when he had KJ. KJ was doing a little bit of everything. Ty has the full capability. Ty, you can make the argument, is even a little bit bigger than KJ was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I believe in stature. So if I'm Buford, I'm finding ways to get him the ball. You got Julian McCoy, right? You got, receivers on the outside that can make plays. But at the same time, I think getting him the ball more and letting him operate, running the ball, slot. I think he can play anywhere on the field. And when you have a playmaker like that, you get him the ball and let him work. Not saying they didn't, but I think if they got him the ball more, it'd have probably been a little bit easier tonight. Defensively, he's a wrecking ball. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make you feel him. He was going at, Derek Baker too. He wasn't backing down from no matchup or nothing.
Right.
Him and Baker got in a little bit of a tussle too. With just fighting over the ball. So you love that physicality. I thought he played well. And I agree with this comment. He looked like the position the best weapon offense. He is. So it's like you're not coming off the field. Now I don't know him personally. I don't know if he has the conditioning. I remember seeing him at Kill and they ran on both sides and he was good. So, but if I'm them, I'm running Tyreek Green. Like I'm running him like how I ran KJ Bowen that one year. Like that's what he should be doing. But I thought he had a pretty good, decent performance. What's going on, Paris? Appreciate you tapping in. I was there. What? Let us know down in the comments what your thought was, real quick, just of the game.
But then my question for you, brother, just would you say that Buford was more physical tonight?
I don't know. I don't know. That's tough to see. Buford was definitely physical. I feel like they kind of wore maybe on Milton a little bit down the stretch, but I felt like Milton was packing that punch too. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like, okay, you hit, I'm hit. You hit twice, I'm hitting twice. So It's hard for me to say they out physical them because I didn't feel like that. I feel like Milton packed the punch too.
Definitely. While we're waiting for Paris to get back with us, for you, oh, here we go. It was a good game. Buford played good. Yeah, they played good. They
Uh,
played good. A little more. Can you elaborate a little more on just the festivity, what you saw, what you didn't like from both sides of the game? But for you now, it's just who do you think is going to have the most successful season? I know it's just one game underway, but from what you saw tonight, what do you think?
It's interesting. I know Buford got to play a couple tough teams. As far as Milton, they got another tough matchup next week. They play First Academy. As I'm looking at their schedule, Alpharetta, BT will be the matchup I'm going to watch out for. How will they look on in terms of that line of scrimmage? What Jacob just pointed out when they go up against them boys, Dawson Jacobs and DJ Jacobs. That's going to tell me a lot. By that game too, that's the fourth game of the season. They should be pretty like gelling pretty well on the offensive line. That's going to tell me a lot about how good Milton's going to really be this year. Last year that was a litmus test too, and Milton had all that talent and they ended up winning, I think, by a touchdown or a one-score game. So I definitely think that's a team to see how they perform. Buford, DC, I think DC has the talent, should be able to beat Buford this year. That's going to be another game I'm going to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? The game should be televised. If it's not, just look at the result and see kind of what happens. But that's a game for Buford to have circled. Who's going to be more successful? Tough to say. I might need another game or two. First game, you don't want to overreact too much, Bacon. Maybe another game or two. What
Okay,
about,
got. Would say?
what about for you?
I think it's Milton. I think Milton's going to be more successful. You could just say that they're in 5A, but I think Milton. I think they're still the favorites to win the state in 5A. I like Langston. I'm on record, but after seeing it tonight, it's going to be tough to beat Milton. But like I say, I'm gonna stick with Langston as my favorite. But per Jacob, man, it was hard. He pretty much reiterated what you said. It was a hard game to read. It was a bullfight. Very impressed by Milton's line of scrimmage. Very, very impressed on both sides of the ball. The county is coming though. The county. What do you mean by that?
Like you mean Thomas County Central? Who's your
Okay, yeah, I should have known. I should have known for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see a Milton TCC game. I
He's right.
respect the Hughes, but TTC has a lot more talent.
He's right. It's a fact. Them boys, the truth. I told you that's why they're my preseason number one in terms of 5A. I don't really see too many hanging with them. Them boys is loaded. They're not going to be playing around with you.
At what position?
Every position. What you mean, what position? Every position.
Every position?
Yes, offensive line, running back, Christian Deuce Lawrence. They got Jabari Watkins. They got Jaden Dunbar. Watkins is a target for Tech. Other guys are in there for them. I think Mizzou currently has like a lock on him. Not lock on him, but, an early lead on him. Defensively, Cam Brooks, really stout at the linebacker position. You know what I'm saying? Strong defensive line overall. Great safeties. Offensive line are power five guys. That team's loaded.
But outside of the defensive line and maybe a linebacker, that's the only edge I'm gonna give them, and I don't feel like that's enough for me to put them over length. I think it's more
Did
eye
you,
level.
did you just say this the defensive line and the linebacker? Is that what you just said?
Wide receiver, I feel like Langston can hang with anybody. Running back, they can hang with anybody. O line, I feel like they can hang with anybody. Kelsey Adams, quarterback, they can hang with anybody. DBs, maybe there, but they got. I like what they got. They got Dale. You know what I'm saying? They got what's my boy name? Um, they got some DBs. They got one from Kennesaw Mountain. One came from Ola. TCC D line was destroyed. She used O line. Not gonna lie. I gotta see it, brother. I gotta see it. I wish they played during the regular season.
So it's such a far of a drive. It's hard to. I'm going by whatchamacallit, Tallahassee.
Yeah, that is a hell of a drive.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is a hell of a drive.
But nah, I mean you gonna see it this year, man. Everybody gonna sleep on TCC, bro, and they're like, whoa, they in the state championship, bro. They in the semifinal. Yeah, bro, that team. Yeah, they're a problem. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. You'll see what I'm talking about. I feel like the advantage that they have on them is quarterback. Jalen Johnson can sling that ball though, but DK is an animal too. So like I would give DK the edge there. Running back, even though he's not highly rated, Christian Deuce Lawrence can run that rock. Now Carson Baker's a dude. I give Langston Hughes a slight edge there. Offensive line, I'm going TCC though. I know they got Kelsey Adams, Langston Hughes does, but I'm gonna go TCC. Yeah, and the defensive line, same thing. they got some dudes on that line. You know what I'm
They got
saying?
some dudes on that line, but
Yeah.
I stand behind the coach Larry O method on the offensive line. So I mean, like I said, I hope they get to meet in the playoffs, man. It's gonna be a good one. They destroy Lions O line, and the O line is better about 6 sacks, 3 quarters. That's impressive. 16 starters returning from last year. That's big. That's big. Never underestimate the grit of a Southside athlete. That's what I say. But I'm liking the vibe though. Yeah, I mean, I know TC. I mean, you can't really underrate TCC. We know what they did. Like we know what they've done for the last 3 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you aren't aware of what TCC's got going on, got to get out from under that rock you've been under for the last half a decade.
Nah, that's facts. Nah, true, Jacob. They did beat them. This is a different team, though. They're not the same head coach. Coach Boone is at Northside Warner Robins. That's one of the best coaches. I don't care nobody saying in the state of Georgia. You throw him and Coach Reeves in the same combo. One of the best. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. You'll see what I'm talking about when Northside Warner Robins is good again in another year or two. Yeah, be again because of Coach Boone. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me know Saturday, what they got cooking. I already know about their players. I know they got Elijah Patman. They got one of the top DBs in the country. They got that kid. Hey, I'm going to put you on some game, Jacob. Got a kid named Caden Turner. Hey, he's gonna start as a true freshman for them. Go check him out, man. Barring, I don't think he got injured or anything, but he's gonna start for them. So watch out for them. Yeah, 2020 is loaded and 2029 is loaded too. Yeah, they are a problem. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna take their lumps. You seen today with Milton and recapping the game a little bit. Milton took some of their lumps. Some of those young guys on the side wonder why I was gonna take their lumps, but they gonna have some people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to play at a high level. Oh, he's not going to start because wide receiver running back transferred. Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, keep me in the loop, Jacob, because I know you down there, man. So I know you be getting all the intel, man. So that'll be interesting. But Bacon, I ain't going to hold you too much longer, brother. I'm going to ask like two. I'll let you ask two more, man, and we'll rock out the live because we was live earlier, too.
Now, yeah, go ahead and ask, brother. Go ahead and ask. What's yours?
I was going to let you ask.
The rebuttal is fast by Young Bookers tonight.
Yeah, I'll let you ask the live one.
Player of the game.
Oh, good question. Player of the game for Milton Buford. Who would I go? I'm gonna go Buford defense. Actually, I'm not even gonna go player. I'm gonna go Buford defense. I think they held it together. When the offense didn't have their best game, I feel like Buford defense stepped up. They made it tough. They forced turnovers, 3 interceptions today. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them boys their credit. You know what I'm saying? Buford defense did what they were supposed to do. They created takeaways. They limited points. They made errors, but they made up for them. Defensive line was fierce. I'm gonna give Buford defense player of the game.
Okay, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. Like I said, I was driving back home. I'm saying trying to do both. The Buford wide receiver that caught the long ball, huge play. That was a play of the game, 100%. As well as that pass rush at the end late for Buford that forced that interception.
Right.
What else I got for you? If you didn't already say it, just the biggest takeaway then. Biggest takeaway.
All right, you start. Yeah, biggest takeaway, you start.
Biggest takeaway for me, man, I really don't know, man. Like Jacob said, man, it was just a tough game to really evaluate them with me not being 100% locked in. It was a good game though. I think the biggest takeaway is just what happened for Baker in that second half. I know you said that Coach App started blitzing them more. Was he not reading the middle line, the Mike linebacker to know where to shade the pack, know where to shade the coverage to? If they do that on high school level, that's advanced for a quarterback to call blitz pickups, but they gotta do it on high school level. So that's my biggest takeaway. Like what happened for him mentally or just whatever in the second half for the offense to kind of sputter.
I think to answer your question, I think he was reeling a little too much. I think the first pick wasn't his fault. He got hit while he was trying to throw and buy time, which resulted in an interception. But from there, just he hasn't been in that situation though. Like this is his first time starting. Because remember, the same time Saquon was a backup. You know what I'm saying? So with any guy that's starting off, for their first time, you're gonna have those errors. You're gonna have those mental mistakes. So he's not used to being okay. I made a mistake. Let me clear off that mistake and let me come back in this way, or let me not let that affect the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the part where he has to learn as he get better. And you only get better from that by putting more time, putting more effort in, and getting more mental reps. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Milton should have a QB competition with Hahn and obviously him. I think Baker should be the starter. They're just gonna have to reel him in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And just in the moments if you make a mistake, 2 interceptions tonight, he'll learn from it. But I think you could definitely see the talent there and what he can accomplish. So to answer your credit, I think that's kind of what happened. He just, like, threw the pick. It was 17-7. Oh, let me make another play. But that's why I said the Milton defense stepped up big, too, because they could let that game get out of hand. They never did. Even despite 3 interceptions, they still had a chance to win the game at the end. That says a lot. Biggest takeaway, I think Milton is still a contender in 5A. Will they win a state title this year? I'm not sure. It's all about the progression and growth of Derek Baker, them establishing a running game with Atchison. You know what I'm saying? But I think they have the defense. I think it's going to get better. We got to see number 3 get a little bit better. I think his name is Estes. Got to get a little bit better on the back end. I like the game Keelan Wansley as a sophomore, first-time starter played today. I thought he played really, really well. They're going to need him as another playmaker on the offensive side of the ball this year as well. Hopefully he's up to task for that. But that could help them out a lot. But I think at 5A, they have a chance. You know what I'm saying? And I think they'll surprise some people. Is that a state championship? I don't know. But they could get to a quarterfinal, semifinals if they figure everything else out. 100%. And I think, too, my final takeaway is Buford. It's a lot of pressure, man. $62 million stadium. You know what I'm saying?
$62 million.
You know what I'm saying? You got all the linings and the furnishings. 10,000 people consider it your stadium. Feel like almost like a college stadium. You got to figure out the offense. It cannot be ground and pound. The first possession of the game, they ran the ball 6 times. There's nothing wrong with that. But teams are going to parlay off that. Buford has to find a way to get something out of the pass game. Now, look, they made big plays tonight. I'll give them the credit, but it has to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? So with Buford, I think they have the defense again to compete. But if they can't get a vertical passing game consistently and they can't make the throws, Buford's going to be right back where they was. You know what I'm saying? Semifinals, not getting to where they want to be. They have to figure that out if they want a chance to win a state title. Got plenty of time. They got the right coach. They make good adjustments. But they have to figure out the offense if they want a chance to win the title.
That's on the shot.
Was he 15?
Yes. Tight end.
He has high upside. Good size. He got I just want to see more explosiveness out of him. That's my biggest thing. I want to see him be more explosive with the ball in his hands. And I feel like he'd be bobbling the ball too much. Catch the ball, make a move, go. You know what I'm saying? So for him, be more explosive, make the plays, yada, yada. That's what I want to kind of see out of him. You know what I'm saying? Good upside, can do some things. But, yeah, I want to see him dominate more. Early on, we'll see what happens. But I want to see him be more dominant.
Fair assessment, brother. Yeah, good game, man. It was a good hors d'oeuvre for Friday, man. We were out in Sharpsburg. So we'll be in Sharpsburg tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm working on a good friend of mine to be at Whitewater to catch that Whitewater Carpets Columbus game, so we can bring some more coverage to the people. So that'd be dope, man. So definitely stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back on here tomorrow night for more high quality takes and breakdowns.
100%. Well, I'm going to let my boy Bacon ride. I know he's tired, man. Get them Z's, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man. We figured out this TikTok live, man, so y'all bear with us, man. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, especially Jacob, my guy, Queese. We appreciate you for the roses, man. But we'll be back on Friday, right after the Sandy Creek East Coweta game. We'll see if we get a couple people in this live to tune in. We see SB Prada in here as well. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if we get some more people on the live. But Bacon, appreciate you, brother, tuning in, man. But yeah, that's all we got, man. We will catch y'all soon. Hope y'all like and appreciate this live. And y'all know what to do. Same place, same time tomorrow, man. We'll be live from East Coweta. See y'all then, man.